Who's been late within the past week to anything? All right. Keep your head. Whoa. Up. Back up. Next slide. You've never been late? You haven't been late?
No.
Good job. All right. Well, according to a poll, 1 in 5 Americans arrive late for work at least once in the week. Clearly, that's wrong. All right. Wait. Hands. If you were late, hands back up. All right, who has the automatic? If you had the automatic start on your car, put your hand down. Okay, so about 3 or 4 hands went down. All right, next slide. All right, got your hands risen. How many have done this? You're late in the morning on a winter day, and you have a little hole to look out. If you've done that, keep your hands up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've never done that, Chris?
No.
Good job. You're thinking safety. All right, next slide. All right, you put your hands down. How many have at least done this? The front of your windshield has a little fog on it. You already scraped off the front of the outside, but you took like a cloth or something where your hand to wipe down just a little spot for you to see. All right, so mostly everybody. All right, next slide. All right, so New York State law, as well as a bunch of other states, people shouldn't be driving their car with if they can't see out the whole windshield. Next slide. And same thing. All right, I'm here because we're repackaging and remarketing our product. Originally, we were the Windshield Wonder. Now, our marketing team is just finishing up. This isn't the final packaging. We got another week left, and then they should be done with the packaging. But we're going to start advertising this as a windshield defroster. People didn't really understand Windshield Wonder. They thought it was specifically for cleaning your windshield. That's not what we want to market it as. We want to market it as, so when you get in your car early in the morning, and you scraped off the ice on the outside of the car, but on the inside you still have the dew, you can scrape it off with this, nice and easy. Alright, so we sold 12 million as a Windshield Wonder. We feel there's still more to this product, but we want to advertise it differently. So that's you in the morning, scraping off the ice, but this is the inside of the car. I took this picture. Come to class one day, and once it gets cold, this is what happens. Next. But I took the windshield defroster, did one swipe, cleaned it up a little. Next. And then look, we all know when we start driving and we have that little hole to look out, when the sun hits that the condensed water, it spreads light and it blinds you except for that little hole. So why do we get the foggy windows in the windshield? Often the air in the car will be warmer than the air outside the car. This happens in winter. Moisture will condense on the inside of the car windows if the outside air is cooler than the dew point inside the car. So that's why it happens in the winter, because the inside of the car is warmer than the outside and the air is condensing on the windows. And then this is a windshield repair company who said the way to fix this problem, which I'm sure none of you are going to bother to do, is dry out the air in your car or evaporate the water. I don't even know how you evaporate water out of your car. But that's their solution, which nobody's going to be doing. So we're coming to you, and this is how we want to sell it. If you want to purchase 50,000 units from us, we're going to charge you a little more. Your potential profit is 87,000, and we consider it a test because you're testing us out in your store, seeing how we sell. But if you go up and want to purchase 1 million from us, we've already sold 12 million, but now we're advertising it differently. We're going to give you a $2.15 purchase price per unit, total potential profit of 2.8 million, which is a 56% profit margin. And if you want exclusivity rights from us, we're going to charge you $50,000 for a year, and it's only available if you purchase 400,000 units or more. And this is where we think you should be selling it. This is America. You all know. And above this line is where the stores we think we should get into, which is about 600 stores, which is about 40% of all the Bed Bath & Beyonds. And above that line, the average temperature is about 50 degrees or below. Below it, wouldn't be useful.
on the inside, you don't have the frost is on the outside of the window.
What do you mean?
The frost usually occurs on the outside of the window.
Yeah, we're calling it the defroster so people can get the idea of what we want to use it for. We want to use it for the inside of the car to get the moisture off. Because when you start your car in the morning and it gets cold, when it's cold out, there's moisture still on the inside of your car.
Right, but that's not frost. The frost
Yes.
is on the outside of the car, but the product is designed to use on the inside of
Yes.
the car.
Yes, but we believe people will get the idea. Anybody get the idea that defrost I meant by the inside? We
Yeah,
think
but
people,
it's part of our advertising, like we could get,
yeah,
we could run into problems with advertising.
we don't think there will be any problems. We think people will get the idea that defrost, because the inside, when you turn your car on, you turn it on the defroster, which usually takes about 5
The
minutes.
frost doesn't work on the outside of the window.
It works on the inside as well.
Yeah, I'm saying, but there's no frost on the inside of the window.
Yes, there's moisture.
That's moisture, that's not frost.
Yeah, we don't want to say the demoisturizer. We want to say the defroster.
So would you be willing to test to make sure there's no consumer confusion? I think that's what my colleagues asked.
I don't think we want to change the name. We want to keep it the name it is, but if there is consumer confusion, which we don't believe there's going to be, then I guess we could take something else into consideration. But we feel by the name, most consumers will get the idea.
Would you be willing to just do a consumer test of 50 people to make
That,
sure?
well, a consumer test of 50 people, sure. We have a selling price of 50,000 units, which we consider a test for you guys. Did I clear up that question?
And
a little?
are you satisfied with that?
Yeah, if you'll do the test, that'd be fine.
Okay.
Would you ever consider adding a scraper attachment so you can also get the front of your windshield?
That's actually something we did consider. We are possibly on the other end of this, like just one of those little scraper things, so then you have 2 in 1.
You're doing a lot to bribe us to buy your million units by lowering the price and offering us exclusivity, but what happens if I buy the million like you're trying to bribe me to do and they don't sell?
Then that's your loss. That's a risk where we think you should be willing to take with us.
So you're not gonna take them back?
Nope. But we feel at a $2.15 price we're selling it to you, you could be making about 57% profit margin on us. So you only have to sell not even close to the 1 million units to be able to make your money back.
So how do you plan to make this product stand out in store?
Well,
Because I would just walk past it, to be honest.
Well, we're redesigning the packaging, and we're not going to come out with any commercials. It's a cheap product. Our suggested retail, I didn't go over it, but it said it at the top, was $4.99. So it's going to be a cheaper product. We feel by having it at the end of the store, right before people check out, they can look at it, see the new packaging on it, and realize, wow, I do come late in the morning. I don't always clean my windshield, the inside of my windshield, not the outside, the inside of my windshield the way it should be. We feel if that can catch the consumer's attention, then we'll happen.
Do you have any competitors?
Our competitors would be your hand or a washcloth you keep in the car to wipe off the inside of your car. Nobody else is trying to advertise it this way.
Does it only come with the one pad, like on the end of it?
Well, the original packaging, it comes with another pad and a little water thing to squirt with, but we are not going to be selling that. We're just going to be selling just straight up this, which actually collapsed, because that's how we're able to get our price to produce a lot less, because we're eliminating some of our packaging from the original model.
So can you wash it then? Is it like
Yeah,
machine
yeah,
washable?
this is machine washing. Yeah. There you go.
Do you expect to see sales in the summertime at all?
No, this is a wintertime product.
Is the green pad durable, and would I be able to purchase just the green pads from you if mine were to ever break?
We don't believe, no, we're just going to sell it just like that. We're not selling them separately. We don't think you're going to have any problem with it. If they get dirty, like I used it, got a little dirty because my windshield was dirty, so it actually did clean my windshield, but we don't feel like we should be marketing like that. But you can throw it in the wash and it'll be fine. You can reuse it.
Is there a warranty on it?
No warranty. Cheap product, we don't think there should be a warranty.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I don't really, I think that's good that you guys just sell it together. There's no need to buy just a separate package, it's a cheap product,
Yep.
like the sensor, so.
We're just thinking when people are checking out the shop, that our packaging will catch their attention. A $5 product, not that expensive, so they'll just throw it in their cart and get it as a gift for somebody.
What months do you plan on having these in store?
We plan on, what month is it right now? So November, December, January, February. So those months.
4 months, and you want us to buy 1 million products for 600 stores?
Yeah, because it will not. We know it will not be selling in the summertime. Nobody's going to want it. Maybe the northern states, if you do want it in those stores like Maine or Oregon or Washington, one of those northern states, you can sell it in those stores. But we feel around that line intro that those 4 months are the prime time to sell us.
Since you're offering us so many, and like we only have a short amount of time, you're not gonna offer us anything back if you don't sell all of them?
No,
Because that's so many products within such a short, like, amount of months, that like, I don't think we're gonna sell all of that in that time.
1 million products for 600 stores is not that much. We sold 12 million, so it's not that many. But if you do purchase 1 million, the total cost will be $2.1 million. So you have to sell, how many is that? A little less than 500,000 units to make your money back on it, and then you start making a profit. So we feel there is no reason to sell, like, have a warranty to buy back, because it won't take that many units for you to make a profit.
If we did buy 1 million units, which is that's a lot of product, would you consider
We don't feel 1 million units is that much across America.
But it's not across the entirety of America.
Say that, I can't hear you say
It's
it.
not across all of America, though. It's across.
The northern part of America.
Yeah, and it's only for 4 months
Yeah.
out of the year, so would you consider offering us exclusivity for free instead of the 50,000 because we'd be giving you 2.1 million? That's
No, because we feel $50,000. If we don't offer, like, if you guys want just exclusivity, we have other stores that we can be selling to, making more money. So we do want to come to you. We feel your store is great for us. The people that come to your store are going to be the ones that are buying this. But for if you don't pay the $50,000, it's not worth it to us because we have other stores that we can sell this.
If we did do the 1 million across 600 stores, that would be 1,600 products in each store for 4 months.
Yeah.
So that being a lot of product, I mean 1,600 in 4 months is a
Okay, it's 1,600 in 4 months. Now, let's divide that by 2. So that's 800 products that we have to sell. And that's about how much you have to sell. A little under, so about 700 products for each store to make a profit.
Well, that's just to break even.
Yeah.
It wouldn't really be profit.
Oh, everything over 700 would be profit.
Yeah, but I mean, then we lose out on the other products.
You have next year. This is going to be a recurring product that we feel is going to sell over the years.
And where do we put the extra 500,000 products in our stores?
That's inventory for your store to decide. If you don't feel confident that you're going to sell 1 million products, you can bump it down to 750 or 500,000. The million is just a number we came up with to make our margin meet.
If we did do the 1 million, would you guys buy back whenever we don't sell this season?
We can take that into consideration. We probably wouldn't buy it back at full price that we sold it to. We'd probably buy it back at less. But we can take that into consideration in talks.
I'm just curious, like, why would we buy 50,000 units
As a
for less than the average profit margin as a test?
What do you mean?
Like,
You'd buy 50,000 units to see if it's sold in your stores.
at less than the average profit margin as a test?
Yeah. Yep. It's gonna cost you more per unit, obviously, because that's us manufacturing. You have potential to make an $80,000 profit.
Yeah, that's potential, but
Yeah.
and it's very seasonal. It's only going to be good for.
That's why you're gonna buy 50,000. You can buy 100,000 for 50 cents cheaper. We want you to buy more.
Yeah, but if it still has to be, you're selling 50,000 as a test, so it's not.
Yeah. Well, we just said test
Right,
because when you come to us and say 50,000 units, we're considering you want your store to have a test for us.
And it's less than the average profit margin.
Yes.
The average profit margin is 35%. We're not
Yes.
even going to make 35% of it.
Yes, of course. That's how tests work. Like how How are we gonna sell you 50,000 units for $2.15?
We're losing money and we're testing the product for you, like,
He's not losing money. It's,
We're not-
It's that's not the net. It's the profit.
Profits.
right, but the average is 35%. I want 35%. You want 35%.
That's what you're getting. When you have 50,000, when your store purchases 50,000 units, that's the profit margin right there.
Edgar, can I jump in? I want to jump in on this because I think that this profit discussion is a good one. I want to take it in a slightly different direction. In looking at this, we're making all the profit, a lot more than you're making.
Yeah.
That makes me uncomfortable as a
Why is that?
customer of yours. That why are you giving this stuff away? When I look at it, we're making 2/3 of the profit and you're making 1/5 of the profit. The reason I get that is if we buy $1 million, we're making $2.8 million. My guess is your costs are 50% of what you're selling us to. You're making $1 million.
Our costs are actually a lot less because we are redesigning the packaging, we're making it smaller, we're not including the stuff we used to.
Okay, so let's say it's a third.
A third,
30%.
okay.
A third of $2 million.
Yeah.
So $700,000.
Mhm.
So you're making 1.4 million and you're giving us 2.8 million. Why are you giving this stuff away? What's wrong with it?
I would have considered, when you're making $700,000 for a company as large as Telebrands, every product, if it has Telebrands on it, for us, selling that and just having our name out there and people liking the product, that helps out the company altogether. So we don't consider that we're giving it away.
I think it's bargain basement pricing. It makes me nervous.
Okay, I would disagree.
Go ahead.
Because for us making this product and we're simplifying the packaging, putting less things in it, our numbers are a lot lower to produce. I can't disclose with you our numbers because that's just business and we can't disclose that with you unless you were a partner with Telebrands. So I can't tell you how much profit we're making exactly, but I can tell you that we're sitting comfortably that if you purchase 1 million units, we can sell it for $2.15 to you and sit comfortably.
I have a question. How many units did you guys sell last year?
Well, we sold last year, I don't have that number exactly because this hasn't been sold in a couple of years, but we've sold 12 million units as the windshield wonder.
In 2 years? Or this year?
No, that was total. No, we haven't, this product hasn't been advertised in a couple of years,
Right.
but it sold 12 million
Alright, and
over its lifetime.
how many stores were they in?
How many it was sold online?
It was online.
Yeah,
So, Telebrands you guys sold?
yeah, and it was sold for $10.
$10.
So people were buying 12 million of it for $10. I think $5 half the price. We're hoping sales could come close to the 12 million.
And how long has it been released for? How long has this product been?
I'd rather not disclose that information with you. No.
Okay.
I don't know exactly. But I just want to get back to Edgar's question. That 50,000 units, when you purchase that from us, we're considering that you're trying to test our product in your stores. So we're giving you we're suggesting a retail price of $5. So 35%, that would just be, you wouldn't get as much as a 56 because it is a test.
Right.
But if you're confident in us, then 57%, that's
That's a huge test for 50,000 units. And then if we don't sell them, we don't take them back.
nationwide, well, 600 stores.
You said you won't take them back, though, so we're stuck, we're pretty much stuck with that.
From an accounting perspective, he has fixed costs that he has to cover as well. He doesn't cover those, so he breaks even as well. So I would see that there's no way you can break even with just 50,000 unit sales because now he's in the red. So I think
That's
as
why
he surpasses a certain amount of units, now he's reached economies of scale, which is why he can increase his profit margin for you.
And that's why we will only give the exclusivity for 400,000 units or more. Because it wouldn't make sense for us for less. One more question.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it was so good. There's one problem I feel. When we said 1 million units, it felt like we were forced to buy 1 million units.
Oh, no.
Whereas it's really just 400,000.
Yeah, 400,000 and you got exclusivity.
And it's scary because you have 4 months to sell 1 million units. And that's tough for the first
Yep.
time.
We just put that number on there because we want you to know how much, if you do feel confident in this product, how much less it could be for you.
And so the real deal is 400 units, though, not the million.
If that's what your team thinks, 400,000, you guys can sell